Greetings, I'm your host, Star, and this is the Star Report. I have a guest tonight. Her name is Jessica, and she has a story to tell, along with the Sheriff's Department statements and court documents dating back to 2001, with respect to an alleged crime of rape with Charlamagne the God, a popular radio host by way of The Breakfast Club. Jessica claims that Charlamagne did indeed drug her and rape her. Let me also say that I personally have no first-hand knowledge of these allegations surrounding this matter, but I do have Jessica on the line and have court documents to substantiate these allegations. Good evening, Jessica. Welcome to the show. All right, so you're 32 years of age, you're a mother, and you've got a career, and this is something that's been what? It's been weighing heavy on your heart over the years, or you feel that there's something that needs to be further discussed? What?
It's just something that I haven't quite been able to get over. I don't know if you ever get over anything like that, but as far as closure goes, I never really got that. After everything happened, I was 15 years old, and my mom, she really didn't want me to, speak against him in court. I guess she felt like after all had taken place, that would have been too much for me at that time. Mm-hmm. So we kind of moved away to Virginia, and that was it. Mm-hmm. There was never any closure. I don't believe that he ever went to jail. According to the paperwork, I think he just got probation. Mm-hmm. So he never really was held responsible for what he did. And then shortly after, I started seeing him on TV and hearing more about him, and that just brought up all of these, old wounds that I had from the issue or the situation. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's just, I want people to know who he really is, for one. Mm-hmm. And for two, I just want closure in the whole situation. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been over, 15 years now, and I'm still dealing with it. Yeah. I mean, I go to counseling for it. At one point, I was on medication. It's something that is with me to this day, and I really just want to kind of put it behind me, and it's hard to do that when you see this person on TV. He's everywhere.
Right. Okay, so Charlamagne took a plea with regards to this case, and it's behind him. You spoke about Charlamagne being on top of you. Is that your official statement, that Charlamagne was on top of you, penetrating you?
Yes.
Okay. And has he ever admitted through any part of that process that he did engage in sexual activity with you, or did he flat out deny that?
From what I was told, he said that it was consensual. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your mother did go to court?
Yes, she went.
Okay.
She went, and my uncle went with her.
Okay, so you were a minor at the time, and you didn't feel it was necessary to go, and at the same time, this did not go to trial because he took the plea deal, yes?
Right, and it wasn't that I didn't feel it was necessary. I wanted to go, but my mother, she felt differently. She didn't want me there.
Right. Okay. You make reference in your statement that Charlamagne, he made Malika a drink. Did he make a drink for you as well?
He made both of us a drink, yes.
Mm-hmm. And it's your claim that the drink made you dizzy and it made you limp, made you pass out? What?
Well, okay, so Malika, she was drinking before I started drinking. Mm-hmm. She probably had a cup. I was just about finishing my cup. Before I finished my cup, she ended up just throwing up. Mm-hmm. So I went and got some towels for her, tried to wipe her off, mm-hmm. and she was just sitting there like she was out of it, and he kept trying to give her more drinks. Mm-hmm. So I put my drink down. About maybe 10, 15 minutes after trying to help her and clean her up, mm-hmm. I got up because I just wasn't feeling right. My head was just dizzy, and I just felt funny. I could see and I could hear, but I just didn't feel like myself.
Right.
So I got up, and when I got up, it's like I collapsed to the floor. Like I couldn't really move my legs or anything. It was weird.
Okay.
So I never felt anything like that before. Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you were 15 years of age. You weren't supposed to be drinking. And I'm not saying that, you were wrong. Whoever was, in your presence, some type of guardian, they should not have been serving you alcohol.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay.
And that was the thing. I'm 15 years old, and I wasn't a drinker. I wasn't a partier or anything. But, me and Charlamagne, we had built a friendship. We were actually friends. You know what I mean? I trusted him. And when I got there, I felt a little uneasy because there was just so many people there that I didn't know. It was really more guys than girls. It was me, Malika, and maybe 2 other females there.
Okay.
And he kept trying to get me to drink. And I told him, I said, I don't want anything to drink. I didn't feel good. It was just too much going on for me at one time with all these strangers. And he said, you can trust me. Nothing's going to happen to you tonight. Just, have a drink. And so I said, okay. And he poured me a drink. In the kitchen, he was the only one back there. He came out with the drinks in his hand, and I took the drink from him.
Okay. Now, this happened in 2001 in South Carolina, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Was this a house party? Was this a party at a club, on a boat? What?
It was a beach party. But by the time we got there, he picked me up from my house. He picked up Malika and I from the house. On our way there, we made a few stops. We stopped at, I believe it was his parents' house, because I met his dad, and there was a couple of other family members in there. And we stayed there for a little while, left. Then we went to the gas station. By the time we got to the beach, it was dark. So it was really no pool party, because the way he described it, bring your bathing suits, is going to be like this outdoor pool party, fun in the sun type of thing. By the time we got there, it was dark, and it was just a whole bunch of people inside the house.
So now, after this sexual act took place, that you claim took place, how did you then get home?
The ambulance was called. Someone called 911. There was someone who was downstairs, outside, actually. After everyone had left, Malika and I were able to pull ourselves together and help each other down the stairs, and we went outside and sat on the curb, and it was just pitch dark. We didn't see anybody. Somebody pulled up. I don't know if these guys were at the party earlier or where they had came from, but someone pulled up and got out the car and asked us if we were okay.
Right.
And I believe it was that person who called 911.
Suppose Charlamagne reaches out to you after we do this interview, and he says, hey, I want to give you a settlement, and I want you to recant your story and to call Star a liar. Then what?
Listen, I don't want that man's money. I don't want nothing from him. I just want people to know who he really is. He's a liar. I have been dealing with this for over 15 years. My life has never been the same since that night. My relationships with my family and my friends have suffered because of it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But I told him, no, we could just be friends. And that was that. Those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends.
Did he come to your house?
That's it.
Did he come to your house on occasion to pick you up or to hang out at your house and just, relax with you and your family?
He came to my house. He came to my house twice. The first time he came, he met my mom because he was taking me and one of my best friends out for lunch. That was the first time he came and met my mom. And then another time he came to see me, but I wasn't there. And that's when my brother, Jamel, answered the door and told him I wasn't around. So he came by my house twice. And then, well, actually 3 times. The third time was when he picked me up to go to the beach party.
The beach party.
So he came by my house. My mom knew who he was. My brother knew who he was. We knew each other. We had a friendship, or so I thought.
Right. So now, at that time, and according to court documents, you were 15 years of age. Did you meet Charlamagne when you were 15 or 14?
I met him when I was 15. I met him through someone named Rico. And Rico, he was like a local DJ. He did music as well.
Okay.
And Rico was, I don't know, we went to the radio station. I think it was Z93 radio station where Charlamagne worked at the time. And they were just talking about music, and I rode with Rico over there. And that's how I met Charlamagne. I didn't know who he was prior to that. I never heard of him. I didn't know him. I didn't even know how he got my number because he called me a couple days afterwards. So I assumed he got it from Rico, but I know I didn't give it to him.
So now, did you ever tell Charlamagne I'm 15, or did he even ask, or was that never part of the conversation?
Yeah, he knew I was 15. He knew I was still in high school. I told him.
If I can just say this, you have to find resolve within yourself. I don't think that the media, I don't think that anything by way of something that may happen to Charlamagne is going to give you any form of peace of mind. So opening up to others may help you in the long run.
Right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just want my life back. And even though I have so much going for me, I still feel like sometimes I'm just not all there because of that situation.
Okay. Okay. I'll talk to you in a day or two, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Have a good night.
All right, thanks.
Take care now, Jessica. Bye.